Less than 2 weeks ago, Governor Katie Hobbs was put in the position of begging on behalf of Arizona, hoping hundreds of millions of dollars would be granted by the government, the federal government, so that migrants picked up by Border Patrol in Arizona will have a place to go other than the streets of our cities and towns. Now, it wasn't because he said pretty please with sugar on top that we got this money, but the good news is that the new budget, just passed by Congress and signed by President Joe Biden, has millions in it for the border. The uncertain news is how much of that money Arizona will get and how soon we will get it. And the bad news is this. Almost 50,000 migrants were arrested in the Border Patrol's Tucson sector in February, the most, once again, of any sector along the U.S.-Mexico border. And 300,000 plus migrant encounters have occurred in the Tucson sector since the fiscal year started in October of last year. That new federal spending package includes millions of dollars for border security, as well as $650 million that FEMA will distribute to nonprofits. Now, we don't know how much of that Arizona nonprofit groups will get, and we don't know when that money will be dispersed. To groups like Casa Alitas, which provides shelter, food, clothing, and medical attention for migrants. Diego Pina Lopez, the group's executive director, told our TV partners at ABC 15 that their funding was set to expire Easter Sunday. Now, it's too soon to breathe a sigh of relief, however, because the money from that new budget passed by Congress is like an Easter egg that has yet to be cracked. It's supposed to let Border Patrol agents drop off migrants at shelters instead of dropping them off in our streets. And even when they find out how much they're getting, it could take a time to process that. And that could mean fewer services in the interim, according to Pena Lopez. Leaving moms, children, babies, and yes, lots of single men of working age on the street trying to figure out their next move after figuring out where their next meal's coming from. And we're not talking one day where 700 people get dropped off in the streets of Arizona. We're talking about one day, followed by the next day, and the next day after that. And men of a certain age from all different societies tend to cause problems when they don't know where their next meal is coming from. It doesn't matter if they're from Mexico, if they're from Africa, or if they're from America. And this creates not just a dangerous situation for the migrants, but the people who already live here, exacerbating an already bad homeless situation. Maybe Katie Hobbs needs to not only beg for the money, but beg that we get it quick.
Thanks for watching Sharper Point. Click to see more from Arizona's morning news and tap the button in the middle to subscribe.